guys, I share Comanche today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the breaking news from the Cirilla and Skratch AK47 video. I also want to talk about what they didn't talk about in that interview, meaning what is the feature that I most want to see in Raid Shadow Legends. We'll talk about a few small things, but I think that the majority of you probably already know what I would like to be added, like more artifact slots, right? I mean, there's a billion sets every day. They're adding a new awesome set, and there's such a limited amount of actual artifacts and accessories that we can have. So that and the time issue and the silver issue and the book issue and all the stuff in the game, we know about that. But what do I most want to see out of Raid? We'll talk about that today. And I have I finally hit gold, finally pushed over this weekend a little bit, pushed to top 200 and then fell back a little bit in live PvP and live arena. And I've been getting a few requests of you guys to show you the teams that I've been using, etc., etc. So in the background, I'll play a few of those battles for you from earlier this morning. Now, earlier this morning, I was actually playing some live arena and watching the Skratch interview. And it was towards the end. I love Skratch AK47, one of my favorite creators, one of my favorite dudes out there. I would encourage you guys to check out that interview in its entirety. Cirilla, the community manager for Raid, or actually for all of Plarium, came on and she answered a bunch of his questions. He asked all the obvious questions, and as it usually happens, even to yours truly here on the channel, Cirilla wasn't able to give any, I shouldn't say good answers, but her hands were kind of tied, you can tell. And sometimes I've been on that side of the interview too, where I'm just like, okay, I'm asking like, I'm giving her the 20 questions, most popular questions that I hear from my community, and then I get really not a lot back because she's kind of limited at what she can say, or the answers just aren't going to please everybody, and she knows that going in, and so does Skratch or myself as the interviewer in those situations as well. So unfortunately, he asked her about all the obvious things. You guys can go ahead and listen to her answers, but you know, rest assured, from Iron Twin, adding better rewards to Iron Twins and Hydra, they're basically make it sound like they're happy with them the way they are right now. He asked her about energy cap, adding to the energy cap. She says they'd rather make energy available in different ways to players rather than on the energy cap, basically adding it to more events and stuff like that. What else? Iron Twins, again, no better rewards coming. Really bummed on that, man. I mean, it takes forever just to get one freaking soul stone, man. I was really bummed to hear that. They're not planning on making any soul stones available to tie to, fusions anytime soon, but they could do it in the future, meaning the soul stone tournaments, you know, those tournaments they're going to be adding to the game. They haven't added one yet. Well, when they do, right now at least, they have no plans on tying them to fusions, which is good news, but it kind of does scare me a little bit in the long term. What else does he drop there? There's going to be, it sounds like, they're going to change. You know how there's the 10-time champion events right now inside the game? 10-time for this champion, that champion. Is she acknowledged, this is kind of newsworthy too, she acknowledged that 10 times just ain't what it used to be in the game. And they're thinking about upping that or you know, basically coming up with a solution to that issue is what she said sometime soon. Okay, also, she mentioned that the live arena maximum time is going to be changed soon from 30 minutes to 15 minutes. So those are all the breaking news. She did say at the very end that there's a huge PvE update coming by the end of the year. Before we get to my thoughts on that, which is again my idea on really how to give this game a new breath of life, if you will, for the next 5 years, right? In a moment. But first, the big breaking news. And what I want to do is actually pause this arena battle, and I want to play it for you guys. So credit to Skratch AK47. Let's go ahead and see what she says here about Clan Boss, old school Demon Lord Clan Boss.
Answer is that we are looking at decreasing the time spent fighting the Clan Boss. And
sorry about that. I listen in double time to everything, and I know you guys don't.
Issue in the game. So the first definitive answer is that we are looking at decreasing the time spent fighting the Clan Boss. And the way we are thinking of implementing this is that you will be able to skip a fight as long as you have an auto team all set up, and you can get the necessary amount of damage in one key.
That's awesome. Like, I feel like they out of all.
Okay, so that's actually really big news, and I'm so freaking excited for it, guys. So again, basically what she's saying there is once you have an auto team set up for Clan Boss, and you're able to get the, let's say you can one key Ultra Nightmare, right? So, or Nightmare, that's going to be on all difficulties, okay? Once you're able to prove that you can do it, and it's unclear if it's going to be per affinity, like you have to do it on every affinity to unlock that auto battle, but once you do, you unlock the auto clan boss, meaning that you can instantly beat the clan boss. I don't know about you guys, but that's going to save me, I don't know, at least a half an hour a day. Some of you guys even more. That is massive news. And you know what, guys? Is it perfect? Is there a billion other things that they need to change and add and fix in this game? Of course there is. But at the end of the day, dude, that is a big, big, big time sink and a help to every player out there. So I am so thrilled to hear the news that we're going to be able to basically use auto battle on Clan Boss and not waste all that time looking at the same damn champions hit the same damn Demon Lord every single day. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable, So I am thrilled with that news. Hopefully you guys are as well. Okay, so let's get to the big update coming. She said hopefully they're still on schedule to release the big PvE update this year. Now, what's happening before the big PvE update? We do know that the accessory ascension, say that 3 times fast. They're going to be adding that this year as well. So my guess is that will be coming before the actual update here, right? I think that will be coming before this big PvE update. So we'll have the new way to ascend artifacts. By the way, they also said that they're thinking about making like a reroll or something for reworking or ascending artifacts. Rather, not reworking, but ascending artifacts. That's something to keep an eye on. But she was, a little bit. You can watch the interview again, but she was a little bit wish-washy, I feel like, on that answer. We'll see. Sorry, Cirilla, but we'll see. We'll see on that one. I'm not holding my breath is basically the TLDR of it. So what do I want to see out of this big update, guys? I have my own idea. And first of all, rest assured, this update is probably already almost done in terms of the development for it, right? They've been working on this for a long time, and I know the Plarium team, these updates, they take a long time to plan out. But I want to give my idea right now because, I want to hear from you guys, right? Because as a content creator for this game, I never want to be out there advocating for something to Plarium and then have you guys be like, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Then I'm misusing my little platform here as a way to give concise feedback to Plarium about what we do want in the game. Okay, so what do I want, man? It doesn't have to be like a boss gauntlet or a boss run or something like that, although that would be really cool. But essentially, we take like 10 or so champion slots, different champions, and then there's some RNG involved, and we just keep going, right? So like, I'm kind of getting a little bit sick and over just the 3 dungeon, the same old format. 1 wave of champions, 2 wave of champions, boss, or right to boss in the case of Sand Devil, Iron Twins, and Spider, right? I want something a bit different. I want something where it feels like it's almost it's a gauntlet, right? It's almost a never-ending gauntlet, and you can try to improve your teams and improve your scores. Maybe you do know the bosses. I think that RNG is probably a bad idea that I just mentioned, but maybe it's rotating, right? So maybe one week it's these bosses, and the other week it's these bosses. But I want mini bosses. Maybe it's miniature versions of some Doom Tower bosses, some other bosses in the game, right? And I want this gauntlet to where we can go for all the rewards that this game ought to freaking already have in it, right? So again, this is the way we can farm pages for our books. I mean, I'm just going to say it one time. I've said it 150,000 times, I feel like, on this channel, right? But come on, man, you can't have a resource, one of the most vital, important resources inside the entire game, in skill tomes, and then have no way other than like a random quest or hope you do good in a tournament or hope for RNG from a clan boss of actually getting them, of farming them is the better word, right? I mean, come on, let's be real. The main resource in this game is energy, right? Energy. So give us a way to convert our energy to skill tomes just like we can in every other thing in this game, right? So there's other cool things they could do as well. It could be a new resource. It could be a new like thing that we can upgrade or whatever. Like there's a million good ideas out there. But for me, I want an area of this game that feels a lot different, you know? It doesn't have to be a boss gauntlet or anything like that, but it could be, you know, 10 waves leading up into boss. Like, I just want something, or it could be a new version of the tower that is just raining silver and energy on us, right? I played a game, I think it was like Skylanders. It was like probably 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, but it was a gacha game. And that's what they had. They had like this silver mine or tower or something like that, right? Where you could get like once a week or once a month or whatever it was, you had like 5 keys or 5 runs or whatever, and the rewards were bountiful, right? But it was really fun because it was different too in terms of the gameplay. That's what I would like to see on the PvE side of things. I would like to see a gauntlet or something other than the same old, you know? Like, okay, use a seer activation team or a poison team, and then get to the boss and figure out who can, you know, solo it or duo it, and that's it. You know, what about you guys, right? Because that's the feedback I'm giving Plarium. If you guys agree with me, is that what's the coolest feature they could add in your guys' opinion, right? That's kind of the best I can come up with, right? Okay, the last thing I want to mention, guys, is in terms of things that they can do inside the game right now to make it a lot better, it actually has to do a little bit with PvP again. So this is the year of PvP. I hope it's not totally over. Or I hope at least next year in 2024, they add this to the game because it's still sorely missing. Listen, I got my start on YouTube back over 9 years ago, right? I started playing Clash of Clans in 2014, started uploading it on my other channel, Clash with Ash, and Clash of Clans, it kind of coasted up and down in terms of popularity of the overall game for about 4 or so years. And then after 4 years, basically the same time Plarium Raid Shadow Legends is in their lifetime, they added clan versus clan. Clan versus clan tournaments, I think they know it, we know it, they're stupid, right? And if your clan gets mad at you for not doing well in a clan versus clan, it's so dumb because it's like, dude, first of all, I'm a tryhard in clan versus clan, right? But if you've got something going on in real life or something like that, it's basically a spending contest is what it is. And if it creates inner drama and turmoil in your clan, then boy does Plarium have you by the you-know-what, because they've got you in a spending contest. And then they've got your peers mad at you because you're not spending enough, right? It's effed up, right? I think the coolest thing in this game possible, even cooler than a boss gauntlet or whatever, is a really robust, evenly matched, it's all about matchmaking here, it's all about matchmaking, clan versus clan war system, you know, where we're actually battling champions, not trying to outspend each other. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, what a joke that was, right? So that's the thing I'm looking for the absolute most. Basically, you'll be matched clan versus clan based on the clan's overall strength. You'll each be assigned. Maybe you do have a gauntlet. Maybe that's the rework for 3v3 for Tag Team Arena. It gets worked into everybody has to set their defenses. Or maybe you work as a clan to set your defenses, right? There's so many different things you can do here. The last idea I have for you, my third idea, and I want to hear what you like the most out of all these ideas, right? Is a giant boss. I'm talking, I used to play EverQuest back in the day. A World of Warcraft would be a more popular, you know, game to get you guys to resonate with. But I want to go for a raid, man. I want to work with my clan to fight a big ass boss who drops awesome freaking loot. That's what I want. I want to have like okay, Friday night, everybody report with your best champions by blah, 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 right? And you have a raid leader and you have, you know, I want to basically number 2 and number 3 on my wish list here. These are 2 things that make us work together. It makes us work together as a clan, you know? So I really, really, really want to see one of those ideas come to fruition inside the game. It'd be so cool to raid giant boss monsters that had amazing loot, soul stones galore, everything. I'm dreaming. I'm totally dreaming right now. But anyway, those are my ideas, guys. That is the news as well. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, I feel like I could show. Oh, actually, this ending of this battle is pretty good. And then I'll end it here. You only got 2 battles. This is why I don't make a lot of live arena content, guys. Because it takes forever to do a match. Even when it doesn't take forever. There's a 3-minute match, but the drafting process and everything, try to get that into a YouTube video. This is actually close. Is it, I think? Does he kill Helicath? Come on. Come on, Mike. No, he doesn't. All right, we're going to get the victory. As soon as it's... Ooh, Turvold almost dies, though. And that would have been tricky because he's a... if Turvold died, we have a weak matchup there. All right, guys, we are going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, take care, guys.